Hi, this is Will at Cause Auto Collective. I've got a walk-around video for you today of our latest car that's just arrived in stock. So what we have today is a 2016 Ford Fiesta Zetec 1.25. It's an absolutely lovely example. Only one owner from brand new. So it's not something that you see very often. And generally it's been really well kept as well. I'll give you a good tour around, of course, just so you can see in full the condition, and I'll tell you a bit more about it. So the 1.25, this is absolutely the engine to have. Much better choice than the unreliable 1 litre EcoBoost. I'll only buy Fiestas with the 1.25 or the 1.4 engine. These cars have got the reputation now for being very, very solid engines. Generally really nice cars to drive as well, these Fiestas. They feel nice and light, but still feel solid. Great handling, comfortable, fantastic option for a first car or just a general cheap to run everyday car. So now you may have seen there is a bit of a dent on the bonnet. So we've only just got the car, and I'm just planning to have our dent man have a look at that and get that out as best as he can. Other than that, there's not really much to say about the exterior. It's really nice and clean, as you can see. Now obviously it is 9 years old and done 86,000 miles, so there is going to be the odd small mark here and there. But as long as that's what you're expecting, then you will be really impressed with this car, to be honest. And as I always do, I'll show you anything that I've noticed. So a little bit hard to see on the camera with the sunlight, I think, but there are a few little scratches just on the door there. The wheels are really good. They've just got a couple of really small marks on them. That one's all good. Also, brand new tyres on the front. This wheel is also really nice, and front end, I know you can usually, well, you're always going to get some stone chips, but generally speaking it's actually really good for the miles that it's done. It's not very chippy at all, and the ones it does have, like that, the previous owner has already touched in as well. Might be able to see it's a bit dusty. Although we've of course just recently washed the car, we're right next to a field, and with the dry weather at the minute, everything just gets very dusty very quickly. This side's really nice. Don't really see anything to point out. There's a little chip on the door there, just wants a little bit of touch-up paint on there. Oh, it's really, really clean. So there are a couple of little chips on the back here. So you see there's a few little chips which have already been touched in again. Little chip there, little scratch there, which is just I can only really see that with a bright sunlight on it. And these are not marks, this is just bits of pollen that have landed on it. One more little chip just there. And this wheel, so really teeny little mark. And I think I forgot to show you this one. It's really nice. Tiny little mark on the edge there. Let's show you the interior. So the interior is super tidy. Doesn't look like these rear seats have hardly been used at all. Really generous boot sizes on these Fiestas, and what's even better, because you don't get this in a lot of modern cars, is under here we do have a space saver spare wheel, which is very nice. The bolsters, most importantly, in great shape, and just generally, yeah, there's not much to really say about the inside. It's really nice and tidy. So, and as I say, these 1.25s are the engine to go for because of how reliable they are. I think I've seen one on over 200,000 that was used as a learner car. Fuel efficient as well, of course, cheap to tax, cheap to run. Let's fire it up for you. So we bought this car actually while I was away the other side of the country. So I had a really good long drive back to base in it, and it was lovely. Couldn't really fault the car at all. And we got it in for a full service health check at the garage that we use. I think we've got an MOT as well. Yeah, pretty sure we put a brand new MOT on it. Fortunately, in this warm weather, the aircon does work. You can see that revs change slightly there as the compressor kicks in, and it gets nice and cold, which is a necessity right now, having some wonderful weather. Let's turn that off again. So what else can I tell you about the car? So obviously it's only got one owner from brand new. It's got a good service history as well. Not full, because the guy who owned it was quite mechanically minded and he did servicing work on the car himself. We've got various different receipts. We've got receipts for spark plugs when he's changed them. And then just so it's got a fresh service on it, we took it down to the local garage that we use for the servicing work. Completely independent garage, we don't have our own. So they give every car that we get in a health check at least. If it needs a service, we get them serviced. So we had a oil change, air filter, pollen filter, all changed on this car, as well as 2 front tyres as they were required on the health check. I believe it was actually the rear tyres that they needed changing, but then it makes sense on a front wheel drive car to swap the brand new ones onto the front. So I think that's about all I can tell you about this car. This will make a cracking little car for someone. And I've just remembered there's one more bit I forgot to point out to you. Little mark just on this front lip there. So if you do have any questions at all, please feel free to get in touch. The car is all HPI clear, it's got 2 keys, and it is just really nice. I don't think this one is going to be hanging around for too long at all. Any other questions though, please do feel free to get in touch. Thanks very much for watching.